Hello and welcome. It is day 11 of the 12 Days of Seller Club. And today I am here with guess who? Who are you guys?
Glenn and Ken.
Yeah.
Glenn and Ken.
That is
we're ready.
correct. Thank you for giving the correct answer. And I was trying to think of something fun for 11, right? 11 Pipers Piping. And the thing that immediately came to my mind was pipelines. And so I want to take today to encourage all of us to check on the various pipelines that keep our businesses running. So, for example, how is our shipping supply pipeline doing here, wearing into the end of Q4? Are there things that we need to restock? Is there, something we need to go ahead and order if it's going to take a while to get to us? And what about inventory? Some of us are more or less focused on sourcing during this time, depending on our businesses. So how's the inventory pipeline doing? How's the old death pile looking? I think there's a difference between death piles and pipelines, but we can talk about that later. But I'm just wondering, have you guys checked on any pipelines in your business this Q4 or right now during this time of year?
So I would probably say the best or busiest pipeline for me right now has to be the sourcing pipeline.
Okay. It's like a
Because
fire
I feel
hose.
like, it's, I think there's just like many fire hose that I don't know. Because I was telling Ken this, like the OA sourcing was not part of my game plan.
Online arbitrage.
Yeah, online.
Oh, we have an
sourcing was-
acronym for it now? I'm sorry. I was behind the times.
Oh, okay. So sorry about that. We got to explain. Oh, good job, Kenny. Throwing that in.
Thanks, Ken.
So,
You saw that
And I
distant look in my eyes. It's like,
You're
what?
like,
She
what is this
doesn't
guy
get
talking
it.
about?
She doesn't get it.
so that has been, man, because I feel like it did add another source that I wasn't used to. The other sources are there, which is great. But we also noticed that there's more inventory than ever for
Yeah.
the last, how many months. So the pipeline of inventory and sourcing, I'm trying to figure out how to manage, like which ones are going to be, I guess, the best moving forward, and kind of have them in almost like a little ranking. How do I attack the first one, second one, and so on? And which ones, are there any of them that I can not necessarily leave behind, but also just know that I'm probably not going to get anything from this, either person or business, for, this is every quarter I get
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
And then
that's-
this one is every day, or...
That's
Go
interesting
ahead.
too, because I was just thinking, sorry to interrupt you. I was just thinking, like, with the pipeline, it's like if you don't tend to it and like keep it flowing, right? Then it's like, okay, well, if you let that source dry up, you may not have it again. So you have to be pretty confident about your other pipelines or your ability to go find new sources, if you have like a really solid stream of inventory that, you neglect for some reason or you willfully like decide not to use anymore. That's a big decision.
Oh, definitely. And it's like if you're not constantly buying or just keeping track of that
Yeah.
same supplier, they might not call you back. And I know
Right.
after this holiday sale, stuff that still hasn't moved, they're probably going to clearance out more items. So that's where I'm at, I guess, when it comes to that pipeline.
Yeah.
So what about you, Kenny?
I think I'm more focusing on the pipeline not being clogged. The pipeline pipeline
calling a plumber.
maintenance. Yeah,
Yeah.
pipeline maintenance.
backed
That's
up.
what I'm doing right now. Just making sure nothing's backed up.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's going right. In all reality, I'm just double checking. The store managers still know me. The employees still know me.
Sending
I
them a
would call
Christmas
it-
card.
Yeah, so I would call it like a relationship check. Just checking on relationships with the suppliers that you currently have, that we currently deal with. Checking in with people that used to sell me sneakers but are not selling me sneakers anymore. And also too, kind of just like, checking in with people. Kind of like, I think this is the time where sometimes we get too caught up with products, but at the end of the day, without people, there wouldn't be products. So
Yeah.
that's my two P's in the pipeline currently. Checking on people first, and then product will come. Man, that was deep.
Two P's in the pipeline. Yeah.
All right, Anna, what do you think?
I'm like still like baffled by what Ken just said. I'm just like chewing on it, but
Processing.
I am
Another
processing
P.
it. Another P. Yes. Correct.
Processing the two P's in the pipeline.
I'm like, there's so many directions I could go with it, and I shouldn't go any of them. Well, I've definitely just, it's more maintenance for me too, just kind of checking up on things. Like one thing that I am really excited about that's been in place this year in my new location is just that I have a couple of pipelines of free shipping supplies. And so this is the time of year that it'd be really easy to be too busy to bother to go like pick them up or continue like little, regular maintenance of those relationships and stuff. But I'm making sure that I have time to carve out to go and keep that flowing so that, I don't like let anything slip there, and I don't let down the people also who are depending on me to come and take away all of that stuff for them, because it's really helping them too. So that's one thing. And then also I've kind of more or less been making plans for my inventory pipelines, because
Another P
is planning. So I've really been planning for next year to have some inventory pipelines established and that I can regularly use and maintain here in my new location, because I've been here for the better part of the year, but sourcing has not really been the top priority, and sort of getting those regular sources figured out hasn't really happened in a regular way yet. So I really want to have a plan for that for next year. So that's been my planning, my pipelines for next year. So that pretty much does it. I just wanted to encourage everybody to check on the various pipelines. There's probably other ones, that we use in our businesses, but definitely supplies of any kind and inventory are what came to mind first. So we're checking on ours. You got to check on yours too.
Alrighty.
Like that.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.